Yeah.
Mom, you okay? Mom.
Okay.
Fix your food.
I'll check in and take some questions. So, who I check in first?
Hey, how are you guys doing? My name is Zylan Grant. I'm a junior at Perspective Leadership Academy. My week, it been pretty okay. Ain't been having no problems, so I've been straight.
Okay. I gotta say my name right. Okay. Alright, my name Robert Morgan. My week been going good, but today it was quite. It didn't go good today.
Wait, before you move on, you said so you've been having to think about what we've been talking about. So tell us what you've been learning with the Rebels for Peace helping on a daily today.
What we've been learning helped me to calm my mind and not snap on my teacher about the stuff she was doing to me, and helped me think about my decisions and what my future gonna be.
My name is Armani Martin. I'm 16 years old and I'm a junior at Perspectives Leadership Academy, and my day was great.
My name is Lynette Glover. I'm Rebels for Peace, and my week has been going good. Yesterday I got into an altercation, but the altercation happened in my track meet. But before anything could happen, I guess at that moment I was just kind of thinking about what we was learning here, and I just grabbed my track and field bag and I went to check in for my 2. That's my racing track. Okay.
So say more about what happened and why you were able to kind of walk away. Like, what happened inside your head that made that possible for you?
I kind of thought about how every action don't need a reaction. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, at the moment, I was really getting ready to swing off him, but first of all, I had to realize he was a boy. And I was just gonna wait for my brother to get back. But, regardless of all that, I just thought about what we learned, and my favorite line, every action don't need a reaction. So. Here you go.
My name is Armaria Broyles. My week has been pretty cool. Nothing too much, going on. So, yeah.
Can you say anything about, the superpower that is your mind or anything like that?
I would say basically you looking at the world differently, from your own perspectives, but also putting yourself in other people's shoes at the same time.
My name is Raven Boone, and my week has been going good.
My name is Renice Riley, and my week also has been going good. Yeah, I was going to help her.
But this is your first Rebels for Peace?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's one of your
do you want to be a rebel?
I don't know what this is about.
Who wants to tell her? Dejan, tell her what it is.
So the rebel, okay. So I really brought her here because I was gonna explain to her when we was at the school, but I'm like maybe I should do it with everybody else around so y'all can help me out. But anyway, so the Rebels for Peace is a youth organized group, and we are basically empower better man. Like the man, like every action don't need a reaction. Just thinking about what can happen in your future before you do it, like in your present time. And it's basically just like thinking before you do, and we're trying to bring other people in to realize that the man is a powerful thing, and that it basically affects everything that goes around in your life.
And another thing is we want to bring different people from different areas around the city of Chicago to bring them together, to show them that we all not different. Like we all the same people. We live in the same world. We eat the same. We bleed the same. We just different people from different areas around the city of Chicago that got different points of view about each other. Like that's it basically. Oh, and another thing that we trying to do is bring the faith and hope back to the city, that the circle of violence and the retaliation can come to an end if everybody use their mind to their full potential. Like Lynette said, every action don't need a reaction, and if y'all use y'all mind for positive things instead of negative things, you will have a more positive life.
She's thinking about it. Maybe.
Anyone else want to say anything?
And we trying to bring in.
Use the microphone.
We're trying to bring in many rebels as well. So if y'all have younger siblings, nieces, nephews, cousins, all that, bring them in.
And we just not all talk. We do events. We do media. We got some videos. We got some pictures. We had our first event at Refuge Live. It was our Rebels for Peace Jam. Our second event going to be a basketball tournament / block club party. It's going to have all the festivities that a block club party has mixed with. We don't have the exact date, but we're going to get back to you up on that one. Yeah, it's going to be food, chicken, everything. We're going to have a basketball tournament mixed in with it. We got a summer internship going on for 6 weeks, 3 days a week from 10 to 2. At the end of the 6 weeks, you get paid $800. So that should be something good. We're going to be doing like some fun activities, like getting out into the neighborhoods, doing some fun stuff. One thing that we thinking about doing was doing like a garden field trip, like to teach people different skills so they won't just be like another statistics doing the same thing that everybody else doing. And yeah.
What would you say to somebody who feels hopeless and feels like caught into the violence and feel like, I don't know about this internship because I don't see any hope and I don't think that anything's going to change in Chicago?
I would say to that person is like, change don't start as a whole. It starts with you. Like, I like to say something like what Michael Jackson said up in his song, "Look at a man in the mirror." Like, if you look in the man in the mirror, you change yourself. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. So you got to change yourself before you think you change the whole world.
That just came through here too?
Yeah, bro.
That ain't the first time though, because the first time he said that Hawk thing, that he done some good stuff.
Anybody else want to answer that question? Or?
I was just going to say, like, Lynette's example of, like, wanting to get into an altercation at her track meet and then having the thought in the moment, every action don't need a reaction, and then changing her mind and therefore changing the outcome of what happened that day. Like, do you think that's possible on a mass scale? Like you talked about wanting to get kids from different neighborhoods to start to see the same thing that Lynette just described. Like, how hopeful are you about that, given what you guys have learned now? And like has it been hard for you to change, or do you think it's actually doable and easy?
Okay, I'm gonna start and I'm pass it. I don't think it's like that easy because ain't nobody perfect. So like we all gonna get mad, agitated. We all gonna have our days where we just wanna blow out and like lash out to people. But you gotta realize what you're doing it for. Like every action that you take, you gotta have a reason behind it. And like my motivation is my sisters, my brothers, the people that I love and care about. I don't want them to grow up in a world full of violence. I want them to grow up violence free, not like being able to walk to the corner store without looking over their back, thinking that this finna be their last day or they finna get jumped on. That's why I do what I do, because that's my motivation. I don't wanna live in a violence free. Well, I don't wanna live in a violent world, or I want my kids or my grandchildren to live in the world that I grew up in.
Okay, so I was gonna say, like, kind of going back to when he said that you couldn't, you got to change yourself first. Like, my whole thing is, like, for me, like being, like, seeing people in my life, like, that kind of, like, didn't make it based off, seeing people in my life that didn't make it based off, like, what they did in a present time, like, them not thinking before they did something, it affect them. So if we can get people to realize and think, like, whatever you do now, whatever bad thing you're doing now, like, it could affect you in your future negatively. So if we could just get people to think of the brighter side, then I think that we could really make progress.
What do you think, Armani?
What's the question?
Do you feel hopeful that it's possible for, like, all these different kids in different neighborhoods, I shouldn't say kids, teenagers in different neighborhoods, to actually really start changing their mind in the way that you guys have?
I think like that it actually can be possible because once they see other people do it, I feel like they'll like want to know what's going on, you know, be a part of it. And, you know, like if like Dejan was saying, like they do more than just like talk, like they do events and stuff like that. So some people come out and see, you know, and they'll be like, okay, maybe like how Renee was like, okay, this sound kind of cool, you know, and like they'll like see the different outcomes of other people's lives and may want to, you know, be like, okay, well I can change my mindset too and, you know, do things differently. So I think it's possible.
Have you been able to see anybody change from thinking it's not possible to then it is possible? Like, have you seen an example of that?
Mm-hmm. It's a couple, actually. Yeah. It's a few people that I know that actually changed their mindset from, you know, being a part of this. So, yeah.
For example, like, we can say, Raekwon and Barrier, like, they really changing. Like, a lot of times I'll observe them and I'll see them, like, kind of, like, get ready to do something.
And they change.
And then they, like, change. Yeah. I'm like, did they just, you know?
Robert, too.
But Robert do his undercover. He think nobody be seeing him. And that go for, like, Dejan, too. Like, a lot of times Dejan had to, like, at school. Now, y'all know Dejan could have fought Aaron, but he didn't. Like, he thought about everything. He thought about that. And then, like, I'm even going to use Raven, for example. So, Raven, my friend, and I don't want to say she always, but, like, it was, let me just give an example. So, one day, I was walking to class, and, like, Raven just came up to me, like, going off. I'm like, first of all, I didn't hear anything you just said, Raven. So then I got to, you know, trying to calm her down, explaining, you know, I had to use my line. Every action don't need a reaction. I got her to calm down and everything. And, like, yeah. So we are making progress with this whole thing. It's not like we just talking. So,
I mean, also, I feel like Dejan was saying, like, you know, we human. You know, everybody not perfect. You gonna make mistakes. I feel like it's all about your comeback. You know, like what you do to make yourself better. You know, bouncing back from what happened, or like just improving yourself. Initially, you know, like you see, like you about to do something. You know, you make a difference instantly. So. Huh, Robert?
I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing. I think Raven, she changed a lot. I think she
Well, talk. Give me the mic.
I don't want to talk. I ain't got nothing to say to this one.
You don't talk your mom well.
Yeah, let her talk.
No, you I said I'm going to sit out this one. You go ahead.
No, I don't got nothing to say to this one.
Okay, well, pass it over here. I'll say something.
Not to this one. You said you want to sit down this one, man.
My name is Barbara, and I want to just ask a couple of you out. Let's just say, for instance, you get into really trouble, you know, and as you get older and you apply for a job, saying that you want to really get a good job, and they go and do a background check on you from when you were a teenager, or even when you may be 18, because you know when you get 18 you're really an adult, 17 really, but just say you're going to try to, you really straighten your life up, but when you were a kid you goofed off and got into a lot of trouble. Now you're got your life together and you want to apply for this government job, and they are taking you through background checks and all this, you know, want to know your past and everything, and you just so for sure that you're going to get this job because you've been doing so well, and then your past hit you. Went to jail for this, went to jail for that, juvenile here, juvenile there, 18 in jail, and you know, this job, you're all geeked up because you just know you're going to get it, but when they look at your past and say, oh no, we don't want to hire this person because they've been to jail these many times for that and what have you. So I'm just saying to you guys, you're young now, stay away from trouble, because as you get older and you do want to have a nice job and do the right thing, your past sometimes come back and won't let you have the nice things because they look at what you did when you were younger sometimes. So you're 16, 17, don't get in any trouble. Use your mind. This is what the program is about, teaching you how to use your mind. So if you get in an altercation with somebody, talk to yourself, pray to yourself, whatever it is, to walk away and not pull yourself into stuff that will get you into deep, deep trouble where it'll come back years later and, you know, hurt you. Because it will come back. If you end up doing bad things, that goes for anybody, me, you, anybody, it will come back and bite you when you least expect it. You go out and say you want to run for senator or whatever, and they get to saying, well, when he was 16, you know, when he was 17, you know, when she was this and that, and they look at all of this. They don't look at what you have accomplished when you got older. They'll go back and dig up little bitty pieces of dirt from when you were younger. So try to keep your record clean so you can prosper when you get older.
I like to comment on that. For our viewers that's just watching, I like to just piggyback up on what she said. What I like to say to that is that, like, what the action that you take right now, would that matter 6 months later or 6 years later? Would that action that you take be worth it? Like if you get agitated or aggravated and like you want to lash out, what you lashing out matter 6 months later or 6 years later when you get old and want to go do something with your life? Will that action that you took right now, will that action matter when you get older?
So I have a question I want to ask you guys. Like, and you know, Facebook is a big part of culture right now, right? And would you say that it's a part of fueling the violence?
Yes.
So what can you guys do on Facebook, which is what we're on right now, that can change that? Like, what are some of the things that you think would help solve that problem of the violence on Facebook? What are some ideas?
Well, we can use the media for good purposes. For us, we can use the media to promote Rebels for Peace, like sharing what we learned about the mind, sharing it to other people, giving out free activities, stuff like that, like free trials that you can take to try to better yourself and better your community. We can still show some of our events that we did in the past, and show something that we're gonna do up in the future to show people that like people from different areas can come together as one. Like, but Facebook is mostly about different areas beefing with each other, and like if we can like promote the good stuff that be happening between different areas that can solve some problems.
Ms. Blackwell, can you give some advice to parents how they could support their teenagers, their kids, in kind of those challenging situations?
Well, I've taken a parent class, and I didn't think that I needed one, but we all learn, and you're never too old to learn. First of all, to the parents, we must listen to our children. You know, my baby always say, Mama, you don't never listen to me. You believe everything everybody say, and you never listen to me. I'm walking out the door, okay. And I wasn't listening. You know, and if we don't listen as parents, someone else will. And they'll turn it to their advantage, and it might not be a good advantage. So, parents, we must take time, stop and listen, and turn it to a good advantage for our children. Because if we don't, someone else will, and they might not turn it the right way. And that's why a whole lot of our children get lost out there in the streets listening to what we didn't listen to. Just say, for instance, I'm standing on this corner. No, I ain't doing right. So this little boy come along, and he all huffing and puffing because mama didn't listen. Mama ain't got time. She doing her and ain't got time for him. So he standing talking to the guy on the corner. This guy on the corner, yeah, man, man, yeah. Well, come on, man, over here now. Let me let you get here. Let me get you just to go do this for me. He think that man really care about him because mama didn't have time, daddy didn't have time. But this person is showing him time, but he's not showing him the right time, the positive time, the good time that will help build him up to be a good man, a strong man, a good young lady. You understand what I'm saying? So parents, take time, listen to your children, and we got to learn how to talk to them in a calm voice. We don't like to be hollered at. They don't like to be hollered at. We don't like to be cursed at. They don't like to be cursed at. So we have to take time out, treat them like we want to be treated. And that's my advice. And I am 69 years old.
That go for teachers too.
No. Well, I ain't gonna get on the teachers today.
But it sounds like what you guys are saying is that goes for everybody. Yeah. Like, right? That's what John was saying about different communities too. Different neighborhoods. We're slowly getting more and more people showing up.
I was just going to ask, how do you resist when people are trying to drag you down a negative path? Like, how do you do that?
So when somebody try to drag me down in like some negativity, first of all, the first thing I'm gonna do is separate myself from you because I don't want to have to deal with nothing like that. Like that would be my first thing, just kind of move away. And then even then after that, if me and you kind of like we pulled away from each other, if we get back cool, then I'm gonna address you about the situation. Like I don't like the way you act, then like your negative vibe, like that's not cool, you know, stuff like that. Basically try to like kind of resolve the issue. Like it's not gonna be easy to get away from stuff like that. So basically I just try to separate myself from stuff like that.
And how do you stay calm if somebody really does something upsetting? How are you able to stay calm?
Like if it's past my breaking point, I'm not gonna be calm. But like if it's something that I could probably kind of control a little bit, I think of like what my grandma would think. That's it. Somebody else want to go? I think y'all two should talk because this is the same one. And you, even you.
So the fact when you said like, how did you stay calm? Well, for me, if people trying to give me that negative activity or trying to put me in bad things, and then they piss me off or make me mad, I just laugh at the fact. I don't take it serious. I laugh at it like how I'm laughing. Like I don't take things bad serious. So if you try to bring me down with you, I'ma laugh at you because look at you going down the wrong road and I'm doing something good for myself. So I feel sorry for you while I'm doing something good.
It just made me think, like, if do you think what you just said could be done on a bigger scale, that things would get better? Like, if everybody didn't take things so seriously and get so emotionally reactive and instead could kind of laugh about things or lighten up or not be so, think everything's so serious in their heads.
What you asking me?
Well, like, how do you spread the message of what you just said? Because I think that's a really great point. Like, in a way, there's partly like calming down and seeing not every action doesn't need a reaction, and there's also just being able to laugh, being able to have a sense of humor and not act like everything is so freaking serious that you need to go get a gun about it, kind of thing.
Like, I feel like if you just like not get so mad about it, it won't affect you. So if you laugh about it, it just go off the back, like it'll go like, oh wait. But if you take it so serious, you'll keep thinking about it and then bring it back up, keep thinking about it. But if you just laugh at it, it'll go right away. So
I want to give an example that Marva gave me about when she first got her book up on Amazon. When she saw a lot of negative comments that she didn't like, but she just laughed at it because, like, they just comments. If people really that bored and that mad to make a comment, that means that they don't have a life. Like, if they really that bored that they gotta make a status about you, make a comment about it, they really don't have a life. So, like, you can just laugh at everything that negative people post because they just got negative minds. You got a positive mind, so don't try to let other people's minds dictate what your mind feeling. You just gotta feel for yourself and just laugh at negativity and just keep yourself positive.
You want to jump in? No. Sure? What about when you were in the thing we did with Beverly, right? Did anything stick with you that you would be willing to share on the Facebook?
Any last words?
We got some shy rebels in the corner. We got this little corner of shy rebels. Were there any questions online? I can't see with the comments.
Jovan, you want to say something, honey?
No.
So he's in the shy corner.
No questions, but Charles Pritchard said, when people drag me down, I take that as their motivation.
Ooh.
There you go.
Charles.
Chuck, where are you at? He should be here. He's at work.
Let me tell you this, though. Charles.
You know you're on Facebook Live, right, Miss Blackwell? It's like, oh no.
Oh well, I really didn't know. I didn't know I was on Facebook. But anyway, I have a nephew, and I used to always say he's just silly, because he would just laugh all the time for things that other people wouldn't laugh at. And my girlfriend told me, say, Miss Bobby Jean, he probably laughed to keep from getting upset or crying. You know, some people just laugh to, keep from pulling themselves down. So I just say that to Charles. Charles laughs all the time. Yeah. Oh, you gonna leave now? I thought you were gonna stick around with me. Oh, okay.
Does anyone want to sign out with anything in particular?
Share this video. Get us to 1,000 and more views. Share our pictures. Try to help us promote the Rebels for Peace to make us go bigger up on a more global scale. Invite us to some conferences. Invite us to some talks. Like, make the Rebels for Peace more global. And that's it. And promote our next event to the basketball tournaments last block club party.